Hello, Contrarians listeners, watchers, subscribers. Here we are celebrating one more year of Contrarians. Year 11 comes to a close. And of course, you know what that means. That means that we're going to give awards. This is the Embries, the big anniversary ceremony, the celebration of everything that we covered on the main feed, on the uh, on the show, and we're gonna give a lot of awards on the main feed. But on this video, this is a pre-show, so we're gonna do 4 awards that are not on the main ceremony. These are the ones just to warm your hearts up, just so you can get ready for
whet your appetite.
Yes, yeah. And these are, I don't want to say less serious because they are serious, but they're less traditional, I guess. We're gonna do, as we've been doing for the past few years, best kiss, best musical sequence, best fight, and best on-screen duo. So I'm not gonna run the entire list of movies that are eligible, but basically anything that we covered from November 2024 until the end of October 2025. That's what we're dealing with. Nothing from the Patreon channel, because those have their own ceremony, the Patronis. So if you want to enjoy that, you have to be a patron. And we are not including the 3 movies so far that we've done for Fresh Immigrants, Rotten Fascists, because those are going to have their own thing once we finish this first batch of movies. So if you wanted us to call out the musical sequence where Chaplin is playing with the globe in The Great Dictator, not gonna happen here. And same thing for the kiss. Actually, I don't even know if they kiss in The Visitor, but the kiss that could have been between Richard Jenkins and his roommate's mom. And then whatever happens in America.
I thought you meant Richard Jenkins and Richard Kind.
Yes. Best on-screen duo for like 5 seconds. There you go. That's what we would do. But anyway, so no, those 3 are not here. But, basically everything from Unforgiven, which was our first episode of November 2024, all the way until Fred is Dead, The Final Nightmare, which has been our last episode of October 2025. So,
bit of a spoiler. Man, really hard not to play recency bias with that piece of shit.
Like Alex said in a very recent text as we were getting ready for this, he said there's some categories that are loaded, and then there's some winners that are very clear. And I would be surprised if not here, but on the main ceremony, if we don't have at least one crossover where there's a very clear recipient of the award, whether that be Hui or Embry.
Yeah, there's a movie that received not all of the big 4, but close to it from my ballot.
Oh, so. Man.
Will they win that? I don't know, but they got nominated for
it. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, we're going to stop teasing the main ceremony. What we're here for is the pre-show. And so let's start with Best Kiss. Alex, do you want to start with Best Kiss, or do you want me to start with Best Kiss?
Yes, I will go ahead and answer your question. You tell me to pick one, and I go, yes. I will start because if you listen to this episode, this will not come as a surprise. I did have one honorable mention that I want to bring to light. Of course, being Independence Day, where Will Smith and Vivica A. Fox embrace after the galaxy has been saved, or at least the planet Earth. But the Best Kiss Award from the past year of Contrarians goes to why we make movies, Julio. It's movie magic. Like it's why we pay our ticket fee to go into the theater. It's a movie that I was not the most complimentary about, but it pulls off its ending and it feels earned when it gets there. And that's Whitney Houston and Kevin Costner in The Bodyguard. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
He's about to fly, stops the plane, jumps off, runs as the song is crescendoing. I mean, it's
the camera circles them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I forgot about the whole fucking 360 shot. Yeah. It's all in all, it's why we do this. And like I said, that movie's way too long and not something I would pick first, second, or third. But that's the most memorable one. When I went down the list, I was like, yeah, this takes it easily.
Can't argue against it. I will argue on your Independence Day call out because I thought you were going to go with what actually won the MTV Movie Award, I think, for Best Kiss, which was the other time they kiss when they first reunite, I guess, halfway through the movie, right? And it's the shot
Oh
with the
yeah,
silhouettes. I guess they're both best kisses, but that one is a little more impactful. But I didn't go with that because I forgot to say, you know, the entire summer we were talking about MTV Movie Award nominees and winners,
hmm
and as much as possible, I tried not to give an award to somebody who already had an MTV Movie Award. Maybe I'll like mention them, I'll give them a call out, but I'm not gonna give them the award. So that was the case here with Will Smith and Vivica A. Fox, who, they already won an MTV Movie Award. They don't need an Embry as much as we love the Embries. Um, I have a few runners up, Alex, and I think we both were big fans of the Miles Tellers and Mackenzie Davis relationship in that awkward moment,
good
and
one.
definitely the first time they kiss, that hookup that ends up becoming something else. I think that's they pull it off mostly because we both like Mackenzie Davis a lot, and
It's true.
she tames Miles Teller.
She does.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
makes a man of him. Yeah.
yeah. So good for her, good for him. Um, Also, I mean, you got to go with the classics. Um, Joe and Sugar in the climatic kiss in "Some Like It Hot"
Yep.
when he interrupts her song to come in and kiss her, and it takes everybody else in the room like a couple seconds to realize that, wait, is it two women kissing, or oh no, it's Tony Curtis kissing Marilyn Monroe. It was you know it was a different time. Um, but I have to go, Alex, with my heart, especially for this category. And really, it was just a matter of deciding: do I want Peter and Mary Jane's first kiss in Spider-Man: Far From Home, or do I want their last kiss in Spider-Man: No Way Home? And you got to go with the heartbreak. So they kiss before they say goodbye, and as of today, they haven't reunited. We don't even know if Zendaya is gonna show up, if we're gonna get any more MJ. So that might have been the end of that beautiful relationship. And so
May prove to be a challenge to get her back.
Tom Holland, Zendaya, good job. That's one of the most affecting moments in the entire MCU saga. So you get the Embry for best kiss. Next category before Alex kills me. Uh, Musical number, best musical sequence. Of course, that doesn't mean that people need to be singing, but just anything that's musical. That's how I decided to interpret it.
Oh yeah.
Although I do have a couple of we have a very musical season, so to speak. I have a couple people that were actually dancing. I'm a big fan of the first big Moana song when she sets off at sea, against
hmm
her father's wishes, and the actress, what's her name? Ollie Cravallo. She like brings the pipes, and I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, Moana, you tell him. uh,
Yeah. All the music in that movie is really good.
Yep, yeah. Even the one from the song from the Rock, he
Yeah.
does
What
what he
can I
can.
say? But you're welcome. Isn't that what it is?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I have to call out what I think was your favorite song in West Side Story, which is when Adida and Bernardo just sing and dance across the streets with their fellow Puerto Rican immigrants when they sing
hmm
America. Um, and of course, this almost won Alex. The Ain't Rights. They sing Nazi Punk's "Fuck Off" in Green Room when they first.
Ah,
That's their
yes.
opening. They're surrounded by neo Nazis, and that's how they start their show in a very defiant manner. Of course, um, that's probably where the luck ends. In
Yes.
the movie gets pretty
Accurate.
ugly after that. Um, but my winner, it's also somebody, a group of people standing up to Nazis, and that is, of course, when Laszlo leads a sing along of La Marseillaise to shut the Nazis up in Casablanca.
hmm
It's I think that's where the movie peaks. I mean, the movie's great, and you can hear us talk about Casablanca a lot in that episode, like just praise it. But that's the heart of it. I think all those all those people that are not Nazis singing. the French national anthem, and it's wonderful, very stirring. So I'm gonna give it to Casablanca, which of course doesn't need any more awards, but at the same time, it doesn't have an Embry, and now it does.
Won't hurt. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. How about you, Alex?
Yeah, the Casablanca one was up there. Even though I do not care for the movie, listen to the whole episode. Got to give a shout out to the Sheryl Crow cover of "Sweet Child of Mine" using Big Daddy, which we learned in real time. Like I knew the song, but didn't realize it was made specifically for that movie. We mentioned Moana. There's some good stuff in there. I mean, it's not really a musical number. It's a song that plays over the credits, but I do need to give credit to Shotgun Safari and Dragged Across Concrete, because
Great pick.
that's one of the main things you and I were complimentary about, was what a banger that song is. But I mean, this shouldn't come as a surprise. My winner, and of course also Whitney Houston for "I Will Always Love You" in Bodyguard. My winner being Marilyn Monroe's performance of "I Want to Be Loved by You" in "Some Like It Hot." If I remember the chronology correctly, that's right when Tony Curtis and Jack Lemmon are arriving, and when they make it to the hotel, there's a situation where they're like on the run, or there's like a kerfuffle that ends up, but we get to see the entire performance that Sugar gives of "I Want to Be Loved by You." And it's, I mean, Marilyn Monroe would have many iconic performances musically in film, but this one, with the black and white, all of it, it's pretty perfect.
I'm Through with Love is the one that she sings when Tony Curtis kisses her, that I called out earlier. So the other one, yeah.
She's like in the sequin dress and everything. Like it's like the big. It's like she's on the stage performing for the hotel, or the all of the gentlemen there. Yeah.
Well, I was hoping this would be among your nominees, Alex, but since it isn't, I have to go back and call it out. Hugh Jackman dancing like a dork to Tom Jones's "It's Not Unusual" in The Sun might be the only thing in that movie that I can think of fondly. So you don't have to watch The Sun, and we'll go, I'm sure, more.
It's going to come back up on the episode.
Yes,
but yeah.
Yes. But you should look up that little dance number, because Hugh Jackman, I mean, he goes for it.
He can dance. Yeah.
Even, when he's trying to be a dork, it's really funny and entertaining. But it's not as inspiring as Rick's people singing La Marseillaise, or as Marilyn Monroe just killing it.
Oh yeah.
In Some Like It Hot. All right, so your turn now, Alex, for best fight.
I mean, we got Will Smith punching an alien in the face. We've got, there's plenty of violence and sword action in Conan, the Barbarian, the Arnold film. Freddy's Dead has the power glove, which I guess you could constitute that as a fight scene. There's a lot of violence and Dragged Across Concrete that you could probably put together and say is a fight scene. Look, it's not winning, but we can't have had the last year of movies we've done and Busta Rhymes karate kicking Michael Myers not come up at this point.
I know that's like one of those things that the movie is famous for, but it completely, like,
I can't remember. It's not like a karate. I think it's like a spinning wheel kick. It's the whole thing is there's the establishing shot of Busta Rhymes in the movie watching kung fu films, so he's doing his homework. But obviously that has to be mentioned. There's a lot of fighting in Green Room, but none of it is very fun to watch. There's the part in 3 from Hell where you think the 3 from Hell are going to get their comeuppance, but that doesn't pan out. I mean, I'm trying to say we had a lot of action this past year. Batman Forever, has some pretty memorable action sequences in it. But I mean, come on, we talked about The Matrix, and take your pick of what you want in this. The smart money, if you were a betting man and this was an award setup, it's the Morpheus and Neo fight scene in the dojo when they're plugged in.
Which one? Right, that was one of the
that won the MTV.
Yeah,
I just love like the last 10 minutes of the movie, like the elongated fight with him and Agent Smith. Like, because I told you when we did the episode, my favorite part in that movie, or I guess one of the 10,000, But I think my favorite part is when Neo finally becomes aware of his powers, and it's that whole thing where the agent runs at him and he's just turned to the side and really like,
What am I
it's
doing?
it's so like Keanu Reeves and shit, just like his face and stuff. But it's with the and the score is like crescendoing as it's happening. It's so fucking great. But yeah, so that would be my sequence, my fight scene. But like I said, take your fucking pick from the Matrix, man. And not for nothing, we had a loaded year. And I remember, it should not surprise anybody here nor on the actual award ceremony will I be mentioning either of the Spider-Man films that we covered. But
God damn you.
I
Come on. Tom Holland versus the Green Goblin at the end, where Tom Holland versus Willem Dafoe. He almost kills him.
what's the lizard's name who has a credit, but we're 99% sure was not involved at all?
Yes.
Rhys Ifans.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
She's funny that way.
take it back to 99, movie that changed the game.
Well, I would go, if I had to give it to The Matrix, just for fun, because you're right, I wouldn't give it to the Dojo one, because that one has an MTV Movie Award. So instead, for me, it would be Agent Smith beating the shit out of Morpheus. Because the movie builds up Morpheus as this badass, and then he can't do anything against Hugo Weaving, and it's disheartening, but it's also kind of exciting because you're like, oh shit, what's gonna happen next? So but I mean, that's just my honorable mention for The Matrix. I did have the Ayn Rights fight for their lives in the titular green room. You're right, it's not fun, but I will always remember that first they break that guy's arm, and then they use like a box cutter and they like slice him up. It's pretty brutal. Have to call out, because it will never happen again in any other movie, James Marsden and Bruce Greenwood having a fist fight at the end of Disturbing Behavior.
That's fair.
By a cliff, so they can have the final movement, just Bruce Greenwood falling like I don't know, like Scar or any other Disney villain just falling down. What else do we have? Oh, well, my winner, Alex. I'm gonna have The Hand That Rocks the Cradle is not an action movie, but it has the most memorable bit of violence that we covered the past year, and that is when Annabella Sciorra walks up to Rebecca De Mornay, punches her across the room. I think like she flips over a table.
Yeah,
it's fun to watch. It's funny, and it's also very satisfying because you've watched an hour and a half of Rebecca De Mornay fucking with this woman's life, and finally she gets her comeuppance. So it's very, very memorable. Basically, the high point of that and Julianne Moore are the high points of that movie. So that one it's not quite a fight. They have a later fight. Hey
man, that's how some real fights go. One hitter quitter. That's all it takes.
One punch. All right. Well, let's close it down, Alex. Best on-screen duo. I guess I go first. What do I have? Oh, you know what? First of all, I have a note. This year, we have enough duos that I can, find an award, but we have a surprising amount of trios, because we have Peter, MJ, and Ned. We have the Three from Hell. We have Sugar, Joe, and what's Jeff? Is it Jeff? Jerry. And there's a lot of trios, I guess, because that's just how things worked in the 90s. We covered a lot of 90s movies.
Yeah. I mean, Armageddon, the poster for it was like 5 talking heads.
That's just like what do you call it? Like a murder of astronauts, a murder of drillers. If I have to go duos, though, I want to call out what's her name? It's Pat. Pat is Anton Yelchin, and Imogen Poots is Amber. So Pat and Amber in Green Room, because they're the last two. They make it all the way to the end. So
I forgot we doubled up on the Poots this year.
Oh yeah. I guess we'll find out if we like her better in one than the other.
Well, yeah.
Once we get to the main feed.
Slightly different films tonally.
If I think for at least half of Some Like It Hot, you could say is Joe and Jerry. They're the duo. Sugar joins them as a trio, in and out, but it's the two of them. Um, my winner, though, is from a movie that is not sold as a duo, adventure. But I think that the duo part of it is the most memorable one, and that is Denzel Washington and Dakota Fanning as
Mm.
Creasy and Peta in Man on Fire. Which, if you listen to the episode, Alex and I had, I think, different appreciations for the really long setup that is just all about this developing friendship.
Yeah.
And you were like, cut the shit out, so the movie's under 2 hours. And I was like, that's the best part of the movie. um, so I'll give him the award. I really enjoy them, and I guess I should say I try to stay away from romantic relationships. So when I was looking at duos, I was like, let's just go with friendships, and,
Hmm.
and that was a very innocent one too. So close us down, Alex. What's your best on-screen duo?
When we mentioned Neo and Morpheus, you got that. You have Clint Eastwood and Morgan Freeman have a couple good moments together in Unforgiven. I mean, Unforgiven, if I may speak candidly, I think it's going to be the one. We have one of these every year where it's like a really great movie that we do, but it kind of just, I don't know. We'll see.
It's
I
gonna
think
be the
I'm,
Saving Private Ryan of this year. That's what you're
yes,
saying.
yeah. Jack Lemmon and Shirley MacLaine in The Apartment,
Uh,
obviously a great duo. Um, Despite all our issues, Vince Vaughn and Mel Gibson had a little bit of chemistry that took that mess of a movie a long way. Obviously, I'm going to call out Farley and Spade, and Tommy Boy,
Winners of the MTV Movie Award.
Julio's still not on the bandwagon the way I am, but he did come away from that with a much greater appreciation than he had for Black Sheep, and accurately, accordingly so. But for all our different pairings here, last one, honorable mention: Marissa Tomei and Joe Pesci for My Cousin
Yes,
Vinny.
yeah.
Um, I was very tempted to give it to Goldblum and Smith just for that scene I love so much in Independence Day, but I can't sanction this buffoonery, Julio. Tommy Lee Jones and Jim Carrey, for the reasons you see on film and those you don't. We had a lot of fun with that Batman Forever episode, and a big part of that, besides you two and Seal, is talking about Jim Carrey and Tommy Lee Jones's apparent contest to see who can trounce the other with just how big they're acting. And they do have moments in that film where they play off each other in very, very hilarious ways. So when I like, that was one of the first ones I just knew the winner before I looked over the lineup. I was like, I remember doing this.
So you
This episode.
resisted the temptation of giving it to Batman and Robin, like Val Kilmer and Chris O'Donnell.
Oh yeah, dude, we're complimentary of Val Kilmer in that movie, but I think I just remember like Chris O'Donnell sucks.
The real star duo is U2 and Seal
Absolutely.
together. I hope they both performed at the MTV Movie Awards. I don't remember if that was the case, but all right. I sanction this buffoonery, Alex. I agree. And that puts an end to this buffoonery, the video part of the buffoonery. Now we're going to turn this off. I'll take this jacket off because I'm like fucking baking in here. And
Still hot in
then,
Texas.
yeah. And then now we're going to do the rest of the ceremony. We have a lot of extra categories. We have a grant to give out, and we have a lot of messages from patrons that wanted to join in the fun. So that's always cool. So yeah, just check out the main episode on the feed, and let us know if you have any opinions about the awards we gave, the awards we didn't give, and what would you have given to any of the movies that we covered in the past year. And then moving forward, do we have? I'm not going to pull up the schedule, but we already have a couple episodes recorded that are going to go post Embries, the beginning of
Oh yeah.
2026. So we'll see you then. But thank you for
Stay
watching.
tuned.
Yes, stay tuned. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening, and we'll talk to you again soon.